it's Cara here, and I'm back again for day 19. I tell you what, after the week I've had, I'm suddenly feeling like I've got lots to do, which is possibly true, but I am a very organised person. But for whatever reason, for the last 2 days, the thing that has slipped off my radar is remembering to film anything about my day. So I'm really sorry that for the second day in a row you've just got me as I am, literally straight from work. So there's more hair fiddling, there's more sort of faffing. That's how I am, and it seems to me that that's the best way to be. I do have a really dodgy Christmas jumper on today, and actually I kind of sound like a cat when I'm jingling about. I've had this jumper for years. I've got a sort of small selection, actually it's quite a large selection, of sort of Christmas paraphernalia that I've sort of acquired over the years in the retail field. I'm not in retail anymore, but in my inner core, it just feels, even dating right back to sort of school days and stuff, I just feel like you should dress up at Christmas and bring some festive cheer to those around you, which is exactly what I've been doing all week. I've been trying to fiddle with the sort of lighting a little bit, because I'm conscious that my light is right above me there and it's casting all sorts of shadows. So I'm trying to make that a little bit different, but I'm not sure I'm succeeding exactly. So I'm sorry about the quality of lighting on my video today and yesterday. But let me start with some questions, because we've had the lovely Jeanette left me a message quite a few days ago now here on the YouTube platform. I haven't even put it into the box because I wanted to answer this question today. And Jeanette's question to me was, what do I do with small scraps of fabric? So the honest answer to that is, I try not to have too many. Now, obviously you do, and I cannot tell you that I cannot tell you that I'm a hoarder, because I'm not. So I try, and I never fold my fabric to the way that the pattern company tells you to. That's tip number one. I always fold to the amount that I need to fold, and I just find myself with more usable amounts of fabric left over that way. I'm also not a hoarder of scraps. I mean, like tiny scraps. Call me wasteful or something, but I am not about to make a poof. I'm just not. I'm not doing paper piercing. I'm not doing any patchwork. No. So I actually dispose of those. I'd love to say that I've found a really unique, school craft club or something like that. I haven't. So A, I try not to create very many scraps in the first place, and B, I am just disposing of those. However, one of these days I'm actually going to get around to filming my fabric stash and showing you what I do with the larger fabric scraps, and they are in 2 boxes down there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shelves, just a standard small bookcase. I'm sure you've seen it 100 times. 2 of those shelves are taken up with boxes, which is probably a bit wasteful. I need to look at a better solution for that have got my remnants in. So I hope that answers your question, but it does link really well into the next question, which is coming from MD Hont. So I'm sorry if I said that wrong. It's MD HONDT, and they have asked me, first of all, they said they were very inspired by the maison fauve they've been making, and that's very kind. Really appreciate that. I do love it when I know I've influenced people. So if I am influencing you in any way, shape or form, I'd love to hear from you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. But their question to me was, what was my worst make and what did I do with it? Now, that's a really good question, because I try and find a learning solution out of every not so successful moment. I'm trying to think of how many. I don't think I've had many non-successful moments. Now, that's not to say that they are all successful. For me, generally speaking, a non-successful make is something I don't wear. So I've always pretty much finished stuff. Recently, when I was making the or what dress was it? The Wendy dress for the conference. I did make 2 dresses that did not fit. I made one out of the wrong fabric and it had no stretch. It just didn't work. And then for some reason I cut straight into the next fabric and that didn't work. But they were already remnants left over from other projects, if that makes sense. I then went on to make it out of jersey so that I knew it fitted. Can't think of any other projects, but I would say the biggest fail I had this year, I think I did this the other night when I took my cardigan off. I think the biggest fail I had, and I use that in inverted commas, is the Recife trousers that I made out of the most exquisite twill fabric from Maison Fauve. They were just such a beautiful pair of trousers, absolutely beautiful, but they didn't fit. I could get them on to take photographs, and I did. I absolutely did include photographs for Maison Fauve on my channel, but I knew that I was never going to wear those trousers, and it was such a travesty because that fabric was just exquisite. So what did I do with it? I'm just going to reach down. I cut the trousers up and I used it to make my bestie bag, which I know some of you are going to be like, oh, what? But I couldn't let this beautiful fabric go to waste. I just couldn't. And I couldn't think for the life of me what on earth I would repurpose a pair of trousers for. But when the bestie bag came along, I thought, do you know what? That's perfect. So luckily for me, the trouser section was obviously the thigh to the knee or whatever, was big enough to create this out of, and then obviously the strap as well. So that, I hope, answers your question to what I've been doing. What do I do with my scraps? But actually, it kind of links into the previous question, doesn't it? Because if it's a reusable piece of fabric, I'm trying to think if there's another example here. I think there is. Where I've got something, in fact, I made a Avenir jumpsuit out of a really lovely border print, and I found I just wasn't wearing it, so I put it back into put the actual made item back into my fabric stash. And then guess what I did? I literally cut it in 2 and made myself some pyjamas with a top and a pair of trousers. Win-win. So I try and just recycle the fabric. I hope that's answered the question well enough for you. The other thing I need to do is to say some massive thank yous, and I know I did some of this yesterday. I do sound like a cat, but Jennifer De Rosier, you're amazing. Thank you so much for the super thanks you've left me for my birthday. How kind is that? And Rita, you've done the same. Now Rita, it's only 3 months until we meet. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But your kindness and you know, just everythingness just really gets me. So thank you. But you two are absolutely amazing. And also Purdy39 and Katrina and lovely Denise have all bought me coffees, and mwah, I genuinely don't know what it does to my little heart. It's like full to bursting on a week where it's just, you know what kind of week I've had. I don't need to explain it. You've been here, you know. So thank you. Mwah. Kissing you again. Sorry about that, but thank you very much indeed. And let's do some buttons, shall we? Day 19. Oh, that means there's only not many to go. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it's flashing by. I'm off out tonight actually, so I've got to hurry up. My husband is in the shower as I speak, and we are going to his work do tonight to a lovely pub called the Middle House in Mayfield. If you ever happen to find yourself in East Sussex and you are looking for a quintessential English village, then head for Mayfield. That's Mayfield. It is in the middle of nowhere. You can't get there by train. You can't really get there by taxi. So you got to drive, so I'm sorry about that. I don't think Wadhurst would be the closest train station, and then you could get a taxi from Wadhurst. Wadhurst is where I used to live. Mayfield is beautiful, and the Middle House dates back to like 15th century, something like that. It's old, but it's very pretty. It's got wood fires, and it's got twinkly lights, got a great menu, and we are going for my husband's work do. And there's I think it's about 6 or 7 of the lads, and all of the partners get to go as well, which is lovely. And his boss is very generous and buys everything, which is lovely. Wish I wasn't driving, if I'm honest, but I am, and happily am. So that's where I'm off to tonight. Oh, look at these. Love these. Very festive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful buttons there. Can't wait to pop them onto something. Quite good to see those on a lovely crisp white blouse or something like that. Oh, just beautiful. I love them. I love them. Yeah, amazing. Gosh, so clever. I can't wait to get all of the buttons back together and see what, sort of style them out that way. I am going to leave it there. I don't know how I'm going to edit this before I go out, so I'm going to give it my best shot. But thank you so much again for everybody who's supporting my channel, either by giving me a thumbs up, give me a super thanks, give me a cup of coffee, or just being here, just commenting, just lovely. So I will see you again tomorrow. I'll try and do a bit of footage tonight, and maybe of the pub, etc., because it's so pretty. So I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.